One of the best things on YouTube is going down a YouTube rabbit hole. So I searched up deepest rabbit hole on YouTube. And well, we got this video. It was the first one that popped up. It is called Pipergate, a YouTube rabbit hole. Let's check it out. It has 6.7 million views. Holy fuck. No wonder it was at the top. This is brought to us by Nick Crowley. Never heard of him, but he's got 2.6 million subscribers. Probably a banger. Let's check it out. I love rabbit holes. I bet you do too. Disclaimer, the following video may be disturbing for some viewers and mentions CPU, grossing, grooming, child abuse, essay, viewers discretion is advised. This is for the grown-ups, so if you're not a grown-up, get the fuck out. Warning, flashing lights and images shown. If you have epilepsy, get the fuck out of too. I'm sorry, guys. I have no idea what this is about. The Piper... Who is Piper Rocks? I don't know.
Extremely disturbing and bizarre channel. Notice the end of the videos. It's sick.
What?
Also, the comments. I think it's huge. This was posted to Reddit back in December of 2020, along with a link to a channel known as Piper Rocks, a page seemingly run by a young girl who used the account to showcase her video editing skills. It was a premise that admittedly sounded both innocent and mundane.
Yeah.
Only there was something strange about the child who went by Piper. Her edits were bizarre, violent, and most of all, highly perverted. Despite Piper being just a kid, it didn't take a trained eye to notice.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I have not seen this before. I have no idea what this is. This is brand new to me. I'm gonna go out on a limb that she's not the one running the channel. Just gonna guess. You know, little girl running a YouTube channel, having really good editing skills. It's not impossible, but it's not likely.
That something appeared very wrong with this account and its owner. But just how wrong it really was is something that maybe I wasn't prepared to discover. Because the Piper Rocks channel was really just a scratch on the surface of a decades-old internet mystery and the beginning of a rabbit hole that takes us deeper than we've ever gone before.
What?
Before we dive into this, I want to first thank today's sponsor, Hunt a Killer. Now that life is heading back to somewhat normalcy, and we're finally starting to be able to see our friends again, Hunt a Killer is the perfect option for your next group hangout, as it's easily become my favorite game night
it came out
option.
3 years ago.
Hunt a Killer is
post-COVID vibes.
A murder mystery game, where you're mailed a box full of evidence and clues of a fictional case that needs solving. It is incredibly interactive, and based off of my own experiences, it has a very similar vibe to what you would expect from an escape room. Only with this, you never even have to leave your home. As a longtime user of the service myself, I typically will break it out for date nights or having friends over for a few drinks, often leading to us taking it way too seriously. But
yeah, it's like a more like immersion based way of playing Clue. That's cool because I like Clue.
That's the fun of it. So I do highly recommend heading over to huntakiller.com/Nick.
I really thought it was gonna be like some like catch a a pedo whatever, because that's like a huge trend on like social media now. But this is 3 years ago, not yesterday. So
browse their selection of themed boxes, and if you use the code Nick at checkout, then you'll be given 20% off your purchase.
All right. Nice. Go check it out,
guys. The original Reddit post didn't offer much in the way of context to this mysterious channel, but in the comments beneath it, a user would share that they had found a similar account that was associated with Piper Rocks, as it featured the same distinct style of editing, along with the pages literally...
I always wondered how these like detective guys would like find this stuff. Do they just go out of their way to find stuff like this, or is it like something they catch wind of and they dive deeper into? Because if it's the first, it's kind of a little sketchy. Looking at the journalist guy, like, how'd you find this exactly?
Linking to each other. The second channel was called Isabel Piper, and in the year 2018, the young girl would post interchangeably across both accounts, and she did so at a very consistent rate until 2019 when she would abandon the two pages.
Okay.
Not much was known about the supposed girl running the channel, but throughout her uploads she would sprinkle in minor details about herself.
What the fuck?
At one point saying, "Please sub, I'm 10 years old and I make special..."
Isn't that a scene from The Walking Dead? Like her feeding a mouse to a zombie?
Effects. Something she was very adamant about across her page, as she was never trying to hide the fact that she was just a kid, essentially using the page to practice with her video editing, which would usually be something that's far from noteworthy, had it not been for the actual contents of her videos.
Yeah.
My channel. I would love it if you subscribe to my channel and give this video a big thumbs up for more awesome videos just like this one.
Fuck? What was that? Bro, ew. There ain't no way this is a chick, bro. No way. This is some like fetishy, like... I'm kind of mad I clicked on this video.
Videos unfold in a meme-like format, with clips being thrown together in jarring and odd ways,
Oh, God.
and with each video bearing little similarity to the next. That is, minus the appearance of Piper herself, as well as a constant and disturbing air of sexualization. Some videos showcase crude humor that you would expect from a fully grown adult.
I'm sorry, but this footage looks so old. Is this like an old actor that they like had some like fetish with and pulled all the video of them that they had available and like repurposed it with their editing skills by some fucking weirdo?
And others feature much more disturbing edits.
Thank you.
It was strange to say the least, but to solidify the feeling that something was in fact very wrong with this channel, one could simply look at the outro that she had adopted not long after starting her uploads. It's something that I'm choosing not to show you, and something that I don't suggest you seek out either, as essentially it's a revealing upward shot of a young girl wearing a small skirt, and though it doesn't quite qualify as CP,
How
the
is this on
suggestiveness
YouTube?
of it is undeniable, as clearly it was meant to be sexual, and that is exactly how Piper's audience would perceive it. Commenters would say things like, "I love you, what's your Snapchat? LOL, you did it. You need some more booty shaking, but it was still good." And estoy enamorado, contactimonos, which although I
that mean?
definitely butchered, translates to "I'm in love, let's get in touch." And it's this comment that to me proved to be the most concerning.
This might be like some CIA shit, low-key. This might be like a bait. It could be a bait.
As Piper would actually respond by saying, "Thank you for watching, how old are you?" To which the man simply says, 19, and you? Piper then says, "I am 11, leading to the conversation's end, with the commenter stating, "En el amor no hay edad," or, "In love, there is no age." The comments were few
Yes, there is. What the fuck?
and far between on both of Piper's
Arrest that man.
channels, though nearly every single
Dr.
one
Disrespect?
was
Oh my God.
flirtatious. Despite Piper being 10 years old at the time of making the account, whether she knew it or not, this little girl was making content catered to some of the worst people that this planet has to offer, and it's likely that she had
He definitely knew. Whoever the fuck it was. CIA, fucking Reddit head, I don't know. But definitely he. I really hope it was a he. If it's a girl, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? What are your parents doing?
no idea she was doing so. I mean, how could she? She was just a kid,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Understandably, people began to wonder who this girl actually was, along with what her story is, as if she genuinely was just a kid, then being in contact with people like this would clearly be a danger to her. But it didn't take long for the cracks to start emerging.
Ooh.
For starters, across Piper's videos, it's blatantly obvious that different girls are shown in many uploads, sometimes famous actresses, often from clips taken from The Amanda Show, as well as Lazy Town, while others are of child YouTube stars,
Oh my God.
typically taken
Bro, is this the fat dude from Nickelodeon? What's his name again? They just had a whole ass documentary on him like a couple months ago. That shit went in. The last episode was fucking Drake Bell, or no, second to last I think was Drake Bell coming out. Wasn't about the fat guy, but he alluded to someone else, which is
from their older
was
uploads
wild.
when they were at their youngest. And most strangely of all, Piper used a similar picture across the Isabel Piper and Piper Rocks account, with this girl being shown in a good chunk of uploads, and Piper herself claims that this is in fact her. This is Piper, though in reality it appears to be yet another child actress, and one who looks nothing like other videos that Piper also claimed to be of her. It didn't add up, is not only did these girls clearly differ from each video, but most of these girls were easily identifiable as other people clearly not named Piper. The hole in these channels were undeniable. Piper could not have been who she claimed to be, but that didn't prove anything, as maybe Piper was just pretending to be these young girls.
Yeah, because it's feasible. It's obviously not the case, but you could say it's feasible because like she's practicing her editing videos, her editing skills. So what would you do if you don't know how to get a shot you can't get? Well, you could just edit someone else in another video that did something that you can't get. That way you can use it. And if you're a good editor, you can repurpose stuff like that perfectly, you know?
And using the clips just to practice her editing, or even fantasizing of being famous.
Yeah, exactly.
However, any hope of that being a possibility seemed to end on March 25th, 2018, when she would upload the video, "In the woods editing my video," which was the first time that Piper would reveal her voice.
Hey there, guys. I'm Piper. Look at us.
Hi, guys.
Hell no. Hi, guys.
Well, I was editing some of my videos, and I forgot and left the camera on.
That shit's oddly, digitally, edited by far. The voice.
So, thought I'd upload it and show you guys. Hope you like it. See you later, baby. Yeah.
Kind of sounds like a fat old lady a little bit, but yeah, it's not. It's definitely a dude.
Piper's voice was an obvious fake.
Yeah.
It was clearly just someone making their voice sound higher and then pitching it up in post-production.
Yeah.
It sounded completely unnatural and nothing like what you would expect from a 10-year-old girl.
No.
In fact,
the fucking dude had a lisp too.
Just pitching down
Not hating on anybody that got a lisp, but I'm hating on motherfuckers that are creepy like this for sure.
voiceover
Welcome.
exactly 2 notches makes it sound much more realistic.
Well, I was editing some of my videos, and I forgot and left the camera on.
And you can start to tell that
boy.
it's seemingly a more mature and masculine sounding voice.
Yeah,
Clearly
obviously.
of someone attempting to sound childish and like a little girl. Between the
Okay, I'm ruling out the CIA because they wouldn't be that stupid. If it was a CIA trying to catfish or like catch people like this, they wouldn't. Well, you would think they wouldn't want them to know that it's a fake, right? That would make more sense to me, obviously. Yeah, so I'm ruling out the CIA, and I'm definitely someone that's unhinged.
lies told about who she actually was and the jarring fake voiceovers, which would end up being used multiple times.
I thought you were the Candyman.
It left many questions, but one resounding truth, that Piper was not who she claimed to be, and in all likelihood she wasn't even a child.
Nope.
So essentially what we have here is a person making hypersexual edits from clips of girls no older than 12 years old,
I'm sorry, that goddamn fucking plane is pissing me off. Stop petting that shit.
while pretending to be a young girl themselves. All the while, creeps are flocking to the channel to hit on this person who they believe is a kid. The whole thing is a confusing mess of darkness that leaves no clear answers as to what is actually happening here. It was initially theorized that this could be some kind of catfish scam, potentially made so that the owner of the account could solicit relations with the people watching these videos, believing that this person was in fact a little girl.
like OnlyFans for pedos.
Or perhaps even more likely, these pages were set up to catch predators in the act.
That's what I
using
thought, but you wouldn't want it to be fake looking, would you? That wouldn't make any sense.
these channels as they're in to expose those actively pursuing relations with minors, which
You don't want to scare the prey away.
was honestly what I hoped this was all about.
Yeah, me too.
As it seemed like the best case scenario. But with no leads and no mention of the channels across the web, it was really anyone's guess. However, upon finding the channel back in December, another mysterious
that
set
guy.
of channels had been gaining traction in the early months of 2021.
Creepy looking guy, at
and much
least.
to my surprise, the channels looked a lot like Piper's.
Oh no.
In total, as many as 6 to 8 other channels were found, posting the same style of content, with the main ones being Piper Bynes, along with Christina Black and Nicole W., each of which featured the same distinctly crude style of editing and sexual content.
I'm kind of mad as fuck. I got less subscribers than these fucking weird ass. Bro, what the fuck?
And from the eye test alone, these channels were clearly related in some way to Isabel Piper and Piper Rocks, as they featured practically identical videos and subject matter, with the Piper Vines channel having been active as recently as 3 months ago, while the Nicole W channel was active as far back as 10 years ago, further adding proof that Piper could not have been a child, as the whole timeline of this rabbit hole is older than a decade, and is still active as of 2021. So in all likelihood, she could not have been 10 years old just a few years ago, as she claimed.
Unless she's immortal.
To me, this longevity totally removes any thoughts of this being some kind of ARG, and it also casts doubt on the page having been made to catch predators, as typically those operations wouldn't stretch out as long as this one had. Plus, I don't think this would really be the most effective way to do so to begin with. But if it all was real, if someone really was just making this content, then its true purpose must be something of great concern. A concern that had been felt far before
that's a big boy
me.
right there.
Though I first became aware of this mystery back in December of this year, in reality, it had been investigated nearly since its inception, making the rounds across
Yeah, who the fuck stumbles upon this and is like, oh, this is just a normal YouTube channel. It's just a different niche I'm not involved with, you know? No. This is fucking eerie as shit.
Spanish YouTube, as well as being posted to various forum sites here and there, with many concerned about its deeper meaning. And out of all the sites that would host discussions about this ring of channels, the one that would take it most seriously would wind up being 4chan.
Oh, fucking course. Here we go.
Interest would grow so large that a group would be set up solely for the purpose of investigating the matter. In what they dubbed as Pipergate, with their research being cultivated into a 33-page report published back in August of 2020, where the true identity of Piper would be revealed.
Oh shit, here we go.
In the report, the investigators would outline how they found the email associated with the Piper Vines YouTube channel, along with a few other accounts under the same name on both Twitter and Facebook, both of which having since been deleted. The group would then perform a reverse search on the email, leading them to a man named William Glenn Whitaker, who, with some more digging, was found to have a plethora of other emails, with those being directly affiliated to the Nicole W and Christina Black channels, along with the Isabel Piper and Piper Rocks channels as well, the channels where I began to fall down this rabbit hole. Our suspicions were correct. These pages were not run by a 10-year-old girl. Obviously. They were not run by Piper, and instead they were run by William Whitaker, a 65-year-old man.
Oh,
he was behind these sexualized videos. He was the one taking
of course, that's a fucking mugshot as well.
Clips from little girls' YouTube channels and using them for his disturbing edits and pretending to be them. And somehow, it only gets worse from here as well.
I'm sorry, but if you get lost in the sauce so deep that you're doing this shit, bro, I don't know when the last time the U.S., had the noose. I think it might have been the Nazi trials. I think that's when the last time they did it. I don't know. I could be wrong. But they need to bring that shit back, on special occasions. Yeah.
William wasn't just your typical old man.
No, he's
making
not.
memes on the internet for fun.
No,
he's got other purposes. He was a felon, having been arrested back in 2002.
Imagine that.
After being caught with CP. William.
You gonna let this fucker out, bro? What the fuck? Back in the day in Britain, the motherfuckers would get sent to Australia.
Glenn Whitaker was a registered sex offender, and he still is to this day.
Oh, thank God for that.
But the story doesn't end there, as this wouldn't be the end of William's legal troubles.
Oh, boy.
Upon his release in the Tampa area, William would stay local and pick up a new line of work, as he started his own talent agency.
What the fuck? I was thinking, like, who the fuck would give this guy a job? But of course, it's a fucking talent agency. And let me guess, his talent is below the age of 13.
That went by the name of Wizard Productions Modeling Agency, with his specialization being in child stars.
Oh,
he would lure in families with the promise of stardom and connections to the music.
I'm sorry, if you're a fucking dumbass and you bring your kid to this guy and think that he can provide stardom, and you look at his history and he's a fucking felon with, you know, CP, like, come on, what are we doing? Like, who the fuck in their right mind does that shit? Like, how is this possible? How is this fucking possible
industry,
for
something that would both excite parents and children alike. With this, he would then bring the children to his home and record them singing and dancing, with the promise that the tapes would then be sent to higher-ups in the music industry.
It's his house? His house!
But in reality, William had no connections. All
no
he was
way. He's got a fucking mullet? You gotta be fucking kidding me. I fucking ripped that shit off his head. Bro, he does not deserve to wear a mullet, bro. What the fuck? God, that hairline's atrocious. Bald ass bitch.
Was a sex offender, and given his status, the business was completely unlicensed, a total scam, and was 100% illegal. He had set the whole thing up to obtain these tapes. What he did with those recordings is something that is still unknown to this day, though it has been theorized that he likely used them for his own personal use, as well as potentially having sold them to other people in the area.
Of course, if he has a ring, there's some... Oh my god.
As well as across the web, an idea that seemed to have been insinuated in the news report. The lies would eventually catch up to William in 2005, as the police busted the operation
4 years?
and forced him to close his doors on Wizard Productions. Though oddly
Thank
enough,
God.
it never seemed like he was given any jail time for this, and it seemed his
What?
only real legal repercussion was having to close the business, despite his literal history with CP.
Oh my
Because of this,
fucking
William
God.
was released to the public, having been practically unheard of since. Well, that would be until he'd make his start on YouTube, with the bizarre set of channels that we know today.
Oh, okay.
The report was scathing, and most importantly, accurate, as I performed a background search on William myself, and the emails matched exactly.
He's always had a fucking mullet. God damn it. Fuck. My shit look better though. Oh yeah, my shit nice. My shit nice. Dude, fuck this guy. Shave his fucking head and throw him in the bottom of a cell. Throw away
one
the
of
key.
his was literally called Piper Rocks Hard, clearly
Oh my god.
in reference to the account he had made. With that in mind, perhaps the most worrying part of these channels is the fact that many of the girls that William has been showcasing most recently are YouTubers, most of which with minimal subscribers, and the vast majority, if not all of them, have their channels centered around music, with them all appearing to have dreams of making it big in the industry.
That is fucking creepy, bro. What the fuck?
Which is worrisome, as this just so happens to be the same industry that William had preyed on before.
Of course, he's got a kink, bro.
Plus, to make the whole situation just that much worse, a decent amount of William's videos have made it onto YouTube Kids, literally putting William in front of both predators and children alike. But even after all this, and through all the twists and turns, there is still one glaring question.
What is he up to today?
Why? Why
Oh, okay.
was William doing this? What was he gaining from making these videos?
What the
That,
fuck?
for now, is the question that is yet to have a definite answer. In the 4chan report,
It's a
it was
schizo, that's
theorized
why.
that this whole thing was a front for distributing CP, something that, given William's history, is definitely possible. The investigators claim that this was done using a series of links posted within the description of the channel's uploads, while using the comment section to initiate the transaction, in which the predators would be invited into a mega chat room dedicated to sharing CP.
What the
And that was
fuck?
just half the operation. The rest would take place on Twitter, where William too had fake Piper accounts, only these ones were far more suggestive than any of his videos.
Bro, if I was the CIA, FBI, or whatever, I'd lock that motherfucker up and then I'd just keep on doing it and then catching everybody else that's trying to get that shit. Boom, bada bing. That's actually genius, because if I'm sure these motherfuckers have like some kind of circle, some kind of social circle. I don't know too much about this fucking shit at all. It's fucking, I want to dive deeper and understand more shit about YouTube and stuff like this, but it's fucking jarring, honestly. It's fucking ugh. But if I was a CIA, it would be so smart. You lock his ass up, and there's already word out amongst, you know, rest of the people that are like him, right? And you lock him up. You continue the channel somehow. You're the CIA, you're the FBI. You got means to do whatever the fuck you need to do. And you keep on posting this shit, and you post it, bro. It'd be genius. Let YouTube know, be like, hey, don't fuck with this channel. This is our hook. This is our lure. We're out here fishing for the pedos. Like, come on. This is genius, honestly. Genius idea. FBI, CIA, you need some help with some ideas? I got you. I just, yeah.
On these accounts, commenters would flock to leave their flirtatious messages behind, a few of whom the 4chan report had proven to be predators.
Yeah, lock them all up.
Because of this, it was again theorized that CP was somehow being distributed throughout these social media outlets, as both clearly housed numerous creeps. But for me, this is far from a solidified conclusion, as the links supposedly used in the description of the video are no longer there, potentially having been removed after the report was released.
Of course, he's trying to fucking cover his tracks. He don't want them to get to the deep dark lore, or the deep dark lair, you know? He doesn't want that shit taken down. That's his fucking, if it is him distributing that shit, where he makes his money, you know? So obviously, you know, any ties to that, he's gonna remove, and he's gonna, you know, have his little customer base, you know, word of mouth. Word of mouth is a great way to make money in business, and unfortunately, this dark ass piece of shit is a business, which it shouldn't be. This should be eradicated like years ago, but this still goes on, I guess.
So despite this,
Jesus.
William continued posting his usual content for nearly a year after, without the use of this apparent elaborate system, which does cast doubt on this theory, as what would his incentive be to keep posting? And unfortunately, no tangible proof was offered showing any one of these alleged chat rooms. And along with this, the Twitter accounts that William used are long gone, having been suspended around the time of the report. But through the screenshots that are shown, it honestly just seems like a bunch of predators trying to hit on a child, with the investigators themselves stating that they're not sure how this system works. And with the accounts now gone, at the moment it's unfortunately impossible to verify its true purpose.
Couldn't you look with the Wayback Machine?
For those reasons, it's a theory that I can't fully buy into, and not to mention the unfortunate truth that there are much easier and far less obvious ways of sharing CP. And though it's horrible to think about, it's no secret that CP is easier than ever to both send and receive through countless means across the web.
The fuck?
But at the moment, I'm also struggling to—
Why is that possible, bro? That doesn't make any fucking sense at all. How is that possible? Like, there's fucking rumors of like the CIA, FBI, Apple, and everything having access to our phones, be able to like record our location anywhere we go and all this shit. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me how that's still happening unless they want it to happen. That doesn't make sense at all.
Theory, for the reason that despite the whole cover being supposedly blown and the system on YouTube being quote-unquote figured out, William just kept making these videos. He never missed a beat. And with that system of links being no longer used, at least as of this year, well, that points to the idea that William isn't doing this for other people, but rather he's doing it for himself. That makes me—
Yeah, it's like a self-pleasuring, yeah.
me wonder if perhaps this is all just a kink for him, a disgusting, sickening, vile fetish.
How is this on YouTube? Has any of his like accounts been suspended? We'll check it out here in a little bit.
Where he gets off to pretending to be a little girl, almost like a twisted form
Actually, fuck
of
that. I don't want
roleplay.
to check that shit.
Or maybe he just likes the thought of a little girl acting this way, the way that he'd most likely want them to act towards him. It's also been proposed that there could be a grooming scheme involved, potentially with the content being made to draw in both predators and children alike, which
why would little kids want to watch this? This shit looks fucking creepy. No one's gonna watch this shit.
It has done a good job of doing so, but there is yet to be any actual evidence of this, and though it may seem plausible, there's at the moment nothing substantial to back it up. The truth is that we don't know what compelled William to make these channels.
Yeah, we do. He's a fucking creep.
Start posting this concerning content over 10 years ago. His motives are to this day a mystery, and it's a mystery that might just last forever, as William has taken it to his grave.
Oh, good.
According to the offender registry site in Mississippi, the state where he has lived in now for years, William Glenn Whitaker has passed away, with it likely having happened in just the last 3 months, something that is backed by the fact that he hasn't uploaded since March of 2021.
Take them fucking, bro, you take this shit down. How many videos this shit got again? Come on now, what are we doing? 6.7. 6.7. Take that shit out of here. What the fuck we doing?
The registry doesn't say what happened or how, but what is certain is that William is gone, and thankfully he is never coming back.
Thank the Lord.
The Piper channels were concerning from the jump, and made even more worrisome given the revelation of who created them. William and his channel should have never had a place on YouTube, especially not kids' YouTube. Yet William went practically unchecked. And it's strange because we may never know the true danger that these channels posed, if they posed any at all. But it's still a disturbing situation nonetheless, and it's at least a relief that these channels will now lie abandoned until their inevitable removal. But in terms of the whole scope of this investigation, I would say that it's far from over, as there are other players discussed in the 4chan report, along with the whole Twitter side of this, that I will cover at a later date. And hopefully, with some more digging, we can finally determine once and for all what William's true intentions were. But until then, Pipergate will remain one of YouTube's strangest rabbit holes. Big thank you to my gold tier page.
This is a good video. It was cool the way he portrayed everything. I liked it a lot. I'll give it a like if you like the video as well. Go give it a like. Go check him out. Never heard of this guy before. I feel like this video would also attract like those kind of people as well. So let's look at the comment sections below. As a kid, I never understood why my parents were so strict and protective, but now that I'm older, I understand how sick this world truly is. Yeah, for real. Makes you question bringing in kids into this world. Shit. It's fucking creepy, bro. Smarty brought me back here. Okay. This is why I think parents shouldn't post images of their young children on social media. I agree with that sentiment 100%. You don't know what type of things a disgusting person would do with them. Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. It's disturbing how YouTube does nothing about disturbing content as such. Yeah, like what the fuck? Like my earliest videos, I got reported for spam because I uploaded too much at one point. Because I was like I would upload all my videos and then upload like boom, 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 boom. Which is crazy. Like it all worked out and everything. Or people did everything, but like, how the fuck does this not get reported? Like, what the fuck we doing? Like, come on. Yeah, that's a video. That shit was kind of creepy. I didn't expect it. You know, I was like, Pipergate, what the fuck is that? But yeah, so we learned something new today, and yeah, it makes you think twice about uploading pictures of your kids and shit like that, because you don't know what they're gonna do with them. That's fucking creepy, man. My name's Trey Swish. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed. Yeah, it's some true crime shit for real. So I'll see you guys in the next one. I gotta fucking go listen to some fucking happy music or something. So deuces.